Howdy, this is your Houston chiropractor, Dr. Tristan Wendt, and today I'm joined with Mike. Mike's in for his second visit this week. He came in yesterday for his follow-up. Mike's a return patient from about 2 years ago. He's traveling all the way from the Conway, Arkansas area, correct?
That's true.
Yeah,
I believe you played some football there too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I played at St. Houston State, and we played against Central Arkansas and Conway a few times on the purple and silver striped field there. So.
Did y'all win?
I think we split the series. So
Okay.
my first year when I was a walk-on, I don't think we won that year, but then my following year, I think we beat them that time once we were in Conway.
All
so,
right.
Yeah. But Mike's coming back in because he's dealing with some upper thoracic and mid-thoracic pain, as well as some right rib cage sensations that you've been dealing with for a couple years now, right?
It has been about 8 years.
Yeah. So why don't you share a little bit about your story and what brought you into Advanced Chiropractic Relief to the audience?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we saw you online, and I was thinking, well, we might as well go ahead and give this a shot. And it had been a few years, but I knew I was going to be in the area. I had some other things I was going to be doing. So I figured, why not book a hotel close by, and let's see you guys while I'm in town, because
see the new guy, huh?
I mean, I was willing to give you a shot, I mean, and I'm glad that I did. I mean, really, that was the correct decision.
Awesome. Appreciate that very much. There's a lot of patients that have been watching Dr. Johnson for years and years, and obviously he's got the 42 years of clinical experience. And I've been very, very blessed to be a friend of his for 10 plus years now, starting as a patient back in 2014 myself. And so
That's awesome.
I've been absorbing information from him like a sponge those entire years. And so even though I look like I'm a kid and I know I'm only 27 years old, I fortunately got a leg up. Fortunately got a leg up on a lot of my counterparts who are getting out of school at this time too. So
right.
Yeah, he showed me a trick or two on his way out of the books. So
that's wonderful.
yeah, absolutely. So we're gonna get Mike adjusted today, and then we're gonna show him some extra rehab stuff that he can take back to Conway, Arkansas. And I think you got a story you want to share with him in just a second, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Go for it. Go for it.
Oh, should I go right now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, excellent. So, I'll tell you, so on the way here, I had some other plans of things I wanted to do, and it turns out that so I was pulling in, I was driving all day the day before, and about 10 minutes before I reached the Hyatt, my alternator goes out in my truck. You wouldn't believe it. But yeah, so sure enough, I had to roll over to the side of the road, had to get towed to the hotel, went to bed, woke up, came here first thing, but actually, so before that though, when I stepped out of my hotel, I met a guy on the 6th floor, and I didn't really look too closely at it. It was like a shirt, but he just asked me, well, how was your room? And I was like, well, it was clean, I enjoyed it, So we went down, we had breakfast, but at that point, I realized he had a Team Ringdinger, Team XYZ on. T-shirt on, and I was like, oh, that's exactly where I'm going this morning. And so we started talking, and it turns out it's Mr. Dr. Phil, who is practicing, is training here, if I'm not mistaken.
He just completed his 3-day seminar with Dr. Johnson. He came in Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday and trained with Dr. Johnson.
That's awesome, yeah. And he was so friendly, I really think that his patients in Florida are going to really appreciate what he's doing.
Absolutely, absolutely. He's very knowledgeable. He very much took in hand everything that Dr. Johnson was doing. He absorbed it like a sponge as well. Again, it's very hard to learn everything that Dr. Johnson does in a 3-day period. So he'll also be coming back for some refresher seminars too. Yeah. Like a lot of our docs, our best Team Ringdinger docs have been back to Houston 2 or 3 or 4 times to work with Dr. Johnson and get adjusted by Dr. Johnson, because that's another luxury of taking a seminar here with him. So again, they come back and they get those refresher seminars, because again, it's very, very difficult to learn a lot of those specifics that he does in 3 days, because these techniques are taught in school, but the way that he does it and the way that we approach things and the way we approach patients here is a little bit different than what you're taught in chiropractic school. But again, we're doing those chiropractic adjustments and those ring dingers to help out all of our patients. And again, those 3-day seminars have been very beneficial for all those docs all across the country now, providing those Team Ring Dinger adjustments for all their patients too.
You got it. Interesting. I'm going to tell you something, man. After that adjustment yesterday, it turns out that it was such a good adjustment that when I did go after our appointment and change out my alternator and stuff myself, that was so much easier to actually do work in my truck and stuff.
Awesome.
Getting up in there. I mean, I'm not saying it wasn't any less difficult, but but then the most important part, and I think you at home, I think you're going to really enjoy this as well. When I did finally get it to turn back on, I realized I had to adjust that rearview mirror.
You're a little taller after your
A little bit taller, huh? Just a little bit.
Well, you played car mechanic yesterday, and I'll play body mechanic on you this morning now, okay?
That sounds like a plan.
Let's get you in the body shop here. So if you want to empty your pockets for me, then I'll have you go butt right here, head up this way for me.
Yes, sir.
And we'll be adjusting Mike head to toe today. Just like in all the videos of Dr. Johnson. Those legs all the way up. There we go.
And you think it looks scary, but wait until you feel it.
It's a wow adjustment, that's for sure. Perfect. Can you come down just a touch for me, about half an inch? Perfect right there. There we go. So Mike, would you say it's been worth your time so far to come down and get the ring dinger and
Oh, absolutely.
have your follow-up visits here in Houston?
Yeah, I think that there is a higher power because I mean, what are the chances of all that happening?
Amen.
Right?
Yep, because the Lord is the one bringing you in here. He's just using me as a tool to heal you. All right, Mike, so if you take that same nice deep breath all the way in through your nose, and then all the way out. Good. And wiggle that left big toe for me. There we go. Smooth as butter.
That was.
Get that one all the way down, my friend.
Oh yeah.
Awesome. Nice deep breath in through that nose. And all the way out. Yep. Look at there, you're still kicking. A little higher on the left side. You actually mentioned something to me yesterday that you've been seeing some other chiropractors up in the Arkansas area for your follow-up maintenance visits, which is awesome, obviously. But you said that really over the time you've had to see them more and more and more, which again costs less than coming to see us here in this office. But over time you get less results.
You
over
get
those
what you pay for.
visits. Absolutely.
You get what you pay for.
Yeah. Nice big breath for me, and all the way out. Good. Good. One more here. I'm gonna be tilt with me to the right. And then we're gonna look over that left shoulder. Rotate, rotate, rotate. Not gonna fight you on that one. Don't worry, I got a couple extra techniques I can use on the other table today too. Hopefully you want to help me on that right side. Tilt left. There we go. Just caught you between bucks on that left side. Don't worry, I've got one or two more techniques I'll use on that BioPhysics table to get that upper right side moving today. And show you guys some new adjustments. All right, so we'll go face down here.
Okie dokie.
So if there's any chiropractors out in the Arkansas area though that are wanting to learn these techniques and come down and see Dr. Johnson,
There's money to be made if they do it.
Absolutely.
I'll go see them.
and you'll help provide all those referrals that they need to get started too.
Oh, you know it too. I know there's a lot of boys hurting out there in Arkansas. So.
Absolutely. Especially after Sam Houston came through and played. All right, we're gonna start right there on that right SI joint this morning. Nice big breath into that nose for me, and then all the way. Good. Right here to L5 next, okay? Nice big breath in through that nose for me, and then all the way out. There we go. Two more. Last one. Perfect. I'm gonna loosen up a few of these muscles here for you too real quick, Mike.
Okay.
I'm not gonna let you leave Houston without being a pain in your butt. Just one more time. This is the one thing that I do add in a little bit more than Dr. Johnson does, is some of the soft tissue work. Keep breathing for me in through that nose. Out through the mouth. That breathing pattern is very, very important too, so that's what I want you thinking about throughout the entire visit today. Remember yesterday you were telling me that you didn't think this left side was going to be as sore when I was predicting
Yeah,
it, huh?
but it sure is. You know, I didn't expect that.
I started working on your right piriformis and glute muscles first, and I said, hey, I bet your left side's a little bit tighter than this one once we get over there. And at first you disagreed until I put an elbow in there, huh?
Yes, sir.
Because he deals with more biomechanical dysfunction in the right SI joint. A lot of times we find that the left glute muscles are then taken over to help with those activities of daily living, because you still gotta walk, talk, breathe, and move through gravity and do your things every single day.
That's true.
Even with that joint dysfunction. kind of like a car. It'll still run with the front end misaligned, but that doesn't mean you're running it at the most optimal position for that.
Exactly.
It'll cause you more issues later on down the road. Oh, back's feeling pretty good there today.
That's good to hear.
So next we're gonna go through the thoracics, okay?
Okay.
Big breath in through that nose. And then all the way out. Good, one more big one here. All the way out. There it was. Yes, sir. Knew it was in there, just gotta catch you, like I said, between bucks. It'd be a lot easier if those muscles aren't kind of fighting against me there. There we go. I got one more here, okay? I'm actually gonna switch sides for this one too, Shadow. Because I feel a little bit more palpatory tenderness on that right-hand side here. I wanna switch sides. That way 80% of my force is coming into this contact side hand. Big breath in for me. Good, all the way out. Let those shoulders just sink and drop to the ground for me. Good, last one. There we go. Yep, I know there's a little bit tender, but that's because we want to get those areas moving. You know I'm not going to take it easy on you.
I know, that's good.
I think that's some things that chiropractors have issues with too, and I still had to get over that as well. Is that even though I know some of these can be a little tender as we're going through there, this is what's going to help get you over that cycle of pain that you're in. Remember that old saying, no pain, no gain?
Yeah, I agree.
Keep breathing for me. Out through the nose. All right. Then I loosen up that trap a bit. We're gonna do one more extra adjustment here for the thoracics. Nice big breath for me. All the way out. Good. Pressure okay on that one?
Mm-hmm.
One more nice big breath for me. All the way out. Good, last one. There we go. We had you sounding off in here yesterday.
Oh man,
We're still getting a lot of good movement in these areas, just not getting a lot of that cavitation like we did on that visit yesterday.
Right?
Got a lot of that concrete broken loose already. All right. I'm gonna reevaluate one more time for that upper cervical on the right that we couldn't get on the ring dinger table. So a little tender right there. You feel that sensation?
Indeed.
Yep. So, got one extra technique here, but I need to get drops set specifically for it. Feel that head popping up underneath you, and then in just a second it's going to drop out from underneath you because I want to get the tension right. All right, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to be contacting on that right-hand side, very similarly to the other table, but when I tap your left shoulder here, I want you to just pick that head up and then set this right ear down in the middle of the table, okay? We're going to do a practice run here. So again, I'm going to contact right here, I'm going to tap you on the shoulder, good, just like that, and then you're going to feel me come underneath and apply a force just like that, okay?
Okay.
Maybe actually scoot to your left just a touch so I get my hand in that crease as you come around. Perfect. All right, big breath in for me. All the way out. Good, and have you turn that head to the left. Good,
Oh,
you feel that movement in there?
I absolutely
Yes, sir.
felt and heard that.
We're gonna leave it at that
Oh,
one for today.
thank
okay,
God.
Mike? So I told you I had a couple tricks up my sleeve there.
Yeah. I didn't believe you at first, but my God, I felt that.
Don't worry, you keep coming in here, I'll keep proving you wrong, okay?
Got it.
Been doing that my whole life for people. How's that feel compared to the first time I brought those legs up? Any tenderness or stiffness at all in that low back?
No.
Perfect. All right. So next you're gonna be feeling your head pop up, but this time we're gonna be working more on the P to A version of the subluxation. Not the version, but the component of the subluxation. That last one was more for the rotational aspect. And last one. Awesome. If you go face up next for me, brother.
Okay.
You said you're headed to Austin after this for a concert?
Actually, Austin was last night. I'm headed to Dallas now.
That's what it was. That's what it was.
Yes, sir. See my favorite band, Silent Rival. Check them out.
Yeah, shout out to those guys. I'm sure they need to get in here and get a ring dinger.
Yep.
They put on a pretty good show.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Always do.
What kind of music you said that was?
Their
own genre?
It's beautiful. She's a lovely singer. I will say that much.
Awesome.
Yeah, they got a new hit single out actually, if I'm not mistaken. So check out their new material.
Yeah, we'll have to check it
new
out.
album's coming out soon. So
I'll have to play some on our radio here before you head out today. Maybe go arms up to the side like a big old T for me.
Okay.
I'll have you scoot down about an inch so I can get you over that thoracic piece. All right, so first again, we did these adjustments yesterday and we got a lot of good movement on that right intercostal joint there. But first I'm gonna start on these AC joints. Just let those hang and relax to the side as much as you can. Perfect. Good. So clavicles here next, and then we'll go to those ribs. Good. Perfect. All right, and for Mike here, we do a little bit more specific contact just because I want to make sure I'm getting a lot of movement into those costosternal joints here. I know you feel that palpatory tenderness right there too, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right, nice big breath for me. I'm gonna let that arm just hang in the mind here. Good, you feel that movement again?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even need the drop of the table there for that one.
All right.
So I'm gonna go to that left-hand side next. Good, nice big breath. One more here on this side, big breath. Good. All right. Next, we're gonna decompress you from the lower end, Mike.
Okay.
Just let that leg go, kind of like a limp brag here on this side. Perfect. Then all the way back up for me. I want to put you off the table.
All right.
Nice. You have to make that mirror a little taller today.
Yes,
again,
sir.
Huh? I'll just swing those legs around and face
Okay.
the Shiloh next.
All right.
How's that upper thoracics and rib cage feeling right now?
Feels great. Thank you.
Awesome. No, thank you for coming on in and getting those tune-up
No,
adjustments.
thanks for having me.
I'm glad you were able to trust and come on down all the way from Conway and work this into your plans down here.
Absolutely.
Come see the new guy. Yeah, one more time, have you look up at the ceiling. There we go.
Okay.
Nice. Big breath for me. All the way out. Don't worry, I'm gonna keep reminding you to breathe because I don't want you passing out on
Yeah.
me. Good. All right, so elbows next. Okay, so the ulna. And then radius. Nice. Crunchy.
Yes, sir.
Should call you Captain Crunch, huh? There we go.
All right.
Oh, two more. There we go. Awesome.
Then let's avoid this left thumb if we can help it.
Absolutely. He had a surgical procedure and had some pins put into there, and he doesn't like getting that thumb adjusted, so we're not gonna mess with that one today. There we go. Have you look up at the ceiling one time?
It's a good trick.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Can't have too many people catching on to that one.
No.
No, I'm just kidding. I got all kinds of tricks to get you distracted thinking about something else.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Good call. Good call. Falling into my neuroplastic pathways there.
Yes, sir.
Get you back in front of the mirror here and shoot you.
All right. Like right here?
Yep. So
We
we're gonna
got it.
face the mirror now because it's gonna help relax some of those
Okay.
muscles from the visit today. And I've got one other piece of homework I'm gonna give you here before you head out
Okay.
today on video. Otherwise, some other patients can maybe take that home with them too. The gun's a lot deeper in person too, huh?
It is.
Last one. Good. Remember that foundation homework I gave you yesterday? Remember shoulders up and back, chin straight back, look at the wall behind you. Perfect. And a little tap here. Awesome. I want you to relax there for me.
Okay.
One more time, I'm gonna have you bend that head forwards and backwards, my friend. Good. Smooth as silk.
Absolutely.
And back to neutral for me.
Even all around.
No popping or cracking this time, huh?
No, sir.
So one extra piece of homework I want to show you here on video real quick, Mike, before we wrap up this video. I'm gonna have you come right here with me onto this table.
Okay.
This is something that you can even do at home to help keep with the mobilization of that upper thoracic spine. So Michelle, I'll have you stand over here on this side from me. And then you and I are gonna get on our knees here in front of this table.
All right.
So if you imagine that we're at home, we've got like a couch or a bed or something in front of us, this is all we're gonna need to stretch that upper thoracic region even more for you.
Gotcha.
So, there's two different positions that you can put your hands in here. You can either go elbows and arms up flat like this, or you can go elbows up straight like this, whichever one's more comfortable for you.
Gotcha.
So that you can kind of play with. I like to go elbows up because it also stretches my lat muscles on both sides. So we're gonna walk our knees back to where we feel comfortable, and our knees are underneath our hips. We're gonna get a little bit of space between those guys. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take 2 breaths for every 1 rep. That's how we're gonna time this. We're not gonna necessarily hold down here for 20 or 30 seconds. We're gonna use our breath wave to help.
Okay.
So deep breath in through that nose. As we exhale, we're gonna sit our hips back and sink into the table. Good, just let that thoracic spine kind of sink and fall towards the ground. Once you get to that full range of motion, take 1 more deep breath in through the nose, and then all the way out. What that last deep breath does is it's gonna help get the costovertebral joints and those costosternal joints moving with the rib cage as well.
Gotcha.
And then after that second breath, you can come all the way back to neutral, and they do that about 20 to 25 reps per set.
All right.
That's something else that you can take home with you and check out your video to see once you get back to Conway.
Excellent.
Mike, it's a pleasure meeting you this week.
Tristan.
And working with you. Is there any closing words you'd like to say to the crack addicts out there watching the video?
Man, that's a good question. We need more team
Amen.
ringers. If you're in Arkansas, become a ring dinger.
Yep,
Because
absolutely. You'll be the
I've
first
checked.
one.
Exactly. There's nobody there. If the market's open, I mean, somebody's got to provide these guys some relief.
Absolutely, and you can have a great referral source there in Conway, Arkansas to start your trip out if you're coming down
yes, sir.
to do that seminar. So Mike, since I know you felt both those ring dingers down all the way this week, I'll have you ring our ring dinger bell on the way
Okay.
out.
Why don't we do this then?
I'll have you just ring it for us. Nice, just like that. So Mike, thank you so much for sharing your story
Tristan.
here. Anytime you're back in the Houston area, just call and come on in for that tune-up adjustment. Okay,
I
brother?
will. Yes, sir.
So this is your Houston chiropractor, Tristan Wendt, coming from Advanced Chiropractic Relief in Houston, Texas, and we'll see you guys soon.